Good day, lords and ladies of the internet. I'm your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I welcome you back to the Library of Runia, where we have a very important mission to do today. Now, it's probably none of the ones you are thinking is, but it's probably the one you're expecting from me. For, you see, I know you all want me to do Tibereth, and Tibereth is a very good option for us to do, because she needs to be done. There's also the new invitation, which I hear is quite the doozy. But, unfortunately, there are more pressing matters at hand. More pressing than both of them combined. For you see, my ancient enemy has arrived. The one that started my hatred of my greatest foe in the first place. My eternal nemesis. The little prick. So, little prick, it's time for you to say your little goodbyes, because you are soon going to be a little dead. Why do they commit sins when they know it's wrong? Because we hate you. We hate you, we hate you, we hate you. Everyone had to tighten up whenever it fluttered out of containment. Yeah, we even placed bets on who'd be taking the pecs. They must be doing bad things because there's no one to scold them. If I punish people for their misdeeds, the world will become a peaceful place. We used to joke about whoever got pecked by the bird being the bad guy, right? My flutters might be what it takes to change the world. Shut up. Shut up. What do I need to do? Considering you're at 500 health and 500 stagger, I'm pretty sure I'm not meant to attack you, which kind of makes sense as well. Misdeeds not allowed. Plus 50 power when clashing against offensive dice. Okay. Punishment. If the abnormality took damage this scene, uses the combat page punishment next scene against the character that attacked it last scene. Cannot be redirected. Well, I feel I have to do that upon seeing what it is. Rattling Cage. When punishment clashes against Forest Keeper's Lock, a chain on the bird cage breaks. I'm guessing you're a Forest Keeper then. Keeper of the Black Forest. You're immune to piercing, weak to stagger, and weak to bludgeoning, and endured versus slashing. Okay. Forest Keeper prioritizes targeting staggered characters. This character's offensive dice gain plus 2 power against targets with lower speed. Good thing you're not the fastest, but no doubt you're about to roll 6 4s. I'm impressed! You actually sucked! Stolen Lock gives a special combat page, Forest Keeper's Lock, to the librarian that defeats this character. Peck, 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 peck. I just realized any counter dice in this is an absolute death sentence. On hit, break all dice on the character's page and stagger the target. The actual fuck? So Cuckoo is bloody pointless. I note. Someone really got screwed this first scene. Didn't use their Vil with having absolutely crap all good cards. So if I really want this to work properly... Wow, I'm actually shocked that worked so well. I might want to make sure I got a full team that is resistant to bludgeoning. Eternally lit lamp. Any light... Oh, of course we have to pick this. Pick you, because you got 3 speed dice, so who knows. I can't use Cascation this turn because you're being attacked by the such and such. What is this smack, if I might ask, other than complete utter bull? I need to rethink my cards. Ironically, I did nothing to my cards. Alright, what abilities are you doing? Right. So if you're going schmuck, then I need to do Will of the Prescript on you. You are also going schmuck, meaning I should also Will of the Prescript you. And then finally, you're doing that, the ring, which means I should emotionally turbulence you. The problem is that they're ineffective versus whatchamacallit. It's ineffective versus piercing. But Will of the Prescript is just too valuable not to have. So we just got to accept we just don't do any damage with certain attacks. Well, that's a fuck off. That's an actual fuck off game. Really? All twos. All twos. No. Really? All twos again? No. Oh. You guys are doing actually crap all. Apart from that one guy. Okay. Never mind then. This is the one exception I will have to this. Alright? Because they're all doing crap all attacks. This is the one time I'll accept the whatchamacallit. Go. Frankly, I'm still of the opinion we just, as you do in Lobotomy Corp, just ignore the little prick and deal with everything else. Okay, you're doing smack, I hate you. You're doing a smack, I hate you, and you're doing crap all. So, I need to deep drag the smack, and I can't do vivid emotions versus the smack, but I can do a fiery waltz. Then you guys can just lay into this one in the hopes of staggering it this turn. Well done, that's what we needed to happen. Yes, yes, peck, peck, peck. Come on, you little prick. That's right, nice and staggered. Okay. As are you. Well, crap. Okay, that means that if I put the lantern on you, because you can't do anything this turn, you guys focus the staggered guy. You're doing 2 big attacks, really now? I don't think you could take one of those rings in a singular turn, so I do need to intercept all of them. However, you should be able to take the Cuckoo. Alright. Unfortunate. Fine. Unfortunate. Brilliant. 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 Ouch. The fact you just got your blade unlocked is very good. Okay. Now then, really? 1? You rolled a bloody freaking 1 and you rolled a bloody freaking 2? Are you fucking serious, mate? If I do eradication this turn, nothing good will come of it. Absolutely nothing. If I do cascation against that, you will win, but then it's going to punish you. Fiery Waltz does have a better dodge than Will of the Prescript, so that's certainly a thing to hope for. Plus, you've got 9 smoke, which should help give you some power as well. Alright, guys, let's fuck off. Okay. Let's see. You all focus target the person with no stagger. So does the bird, unfortunately. All of you are kinda doing crap all, admittedly. I just need to hit you with a singular ability. In addition, I can't castigation, I don't have enough energy. Crap. Frankly, Claire is probably... Oh, Claire's getting double attacked by the little prick. No, Claire's dead this turn. Claire is dead. Can't save Claire. We can, however, kill this one, probably, and stagger that one for next turn. Alright. Go. You're nice and staggered. That one is almost dead. You really need people with a lot of resistance versus whatchamacallit. I think you need the plus power versus higher speed dice right now. If you eradication, you will kill one of them. At least. If not, maybe two. So... grind up that little bird just like it deserves. Alright, all the bird keepers are dead now. And you did crap all. Well done. I hate the fact I'm forced to take that. But frankly, you need the light more, I think. Punishment, 90 damage. Forest Keeper's Lock, 99! Haha! Fuck you, bird. Yeah. One chain has been unlocked. Right then. You know what that means, you little prick? Oh, and you just gained maximum, whatchamacallit from that as well. Well, I wonder what happens then if I double attack you, considering they both have a lock on them. Dodge, 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 screw you, stupid prick. Dodge, dodge, haha, go to hell, stupid prick. So which one are you attacking? You're attacking him, are you? Well, guess what? It's called another dodge! Yeah. Hoo-wee. Now you can attack him all you want. Because, quite frankly, it's time for Zeville to now get the whatchamacallit. I'm sure you do want a little revenge against Blue, given everything that happened. But guess what, little prick? I hate you. And though I can't kill you, which I would so very much love to do, I can do something else. And that something else is trap you in a little cage for your little pricky self, like you pricking bloody Christing deserve. No in forgiveness. I will punish you. Well, I punished you for all the misery you have caused me over the years. Ha 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 ha. Oh yes. Punishment. After taking damage, the first die of the first page the librarian uses in the next scene gains 2 to 4 power. Very useful on a tank character, ironically. Punishing Beak. The librarian's attacks deal bonus damage equal to the number of scenes that pass without the librarian taking damage from attacks. Alright, that's actually really interesting. You can make a character solely based around one-sided attacks in that circumstance then. Because you've already got the other guy, which says that everything has to attack him. Small flutters. Evade die gain 1 to 2 power. Upon winning a clash using an evade die, the next offensive die gains 1 to 2 power. That's also pretty damn good. Here's the new books for you. Have you gotten used to carrying the abnormalities on your back as you fight? Just wielding them as I like has been working well pretty far, I guess. You must have a natural aptitude for it. Eh? It's not a matter of aptitude or anything. I'm just doing it because I gotta. If you truly do have an aptitude, you may be able to manifest your own ego next. That means I could undergo the distortion and become an abnormality. That is correct. Honestly, I don't care if I turn into a monster or whatever at this point. I don't think it really matters anymore. Your words suggest that you have let go of many things. I was robbed of them against my will, more like. I got caught up in events I couldn't even understand and lost everything I had. Do you believe the city is responsible for it? You appear to be under the impression that the city stole your ordinary and humble happiness. Yep, I am. Or maybe I just accepted that there's nothing I can do about it and gave up. This world just won't let me have anything I want. It always finds a way to make me suffer for it. Have you never inflicted pain upon others or taken anything from them then? Of course I have. But that's that, and this is this. I see you are resorting to your favored justification. Does it hold true, however? Do you think the boundaries between what concerns you or not could be defined so conveniently? Well, obviously. The pain I suffered is mine to care, and the pain others suffer is their own business. Such a carefree statement you're making. You know better than anyone, yet you refuse to face it more adamantly than most others. It is not that you cannot see the suffering of others. You are merely turning a blind eye to it. That is what makes the denizens of the city so vulnerable. Their own anguish is most tangible. They believe it matters more than anyone else's. However, they know deep down that their belief is untrue. Such contradiction is what gives rise to the phenomenon known as the distortion. What is your point? Are you saying that you can see it, that the pain the city is bearing? You can fathom it, you can fathom all of it, and figure out what's at the core of it? It is what you must look at, rather than merely fathom. I knew it. So you were just playing with words. Sophists who speak in vague words and absurdities like that mostly end up dead. Perchance there is some truth in what you said just now. After all, I would not be here if I did not face such a fate. I gave you the books, so I'm leaving now. One moment. I don't have anything more to say to you. Take these with you. What's this? These are black tea leaves, a recommended variant of mine. It has a good scent. Gah, damn it. Alright, I'll take it for now. Thanks. Well. That took 30 minutes. I'm good at fighting the birds. Screw these birds, I hate them so much. Anyway, I suppose I should do the story now. Shouldn't I? What comes after the blue reverberation? Do tell. You called me here all of a sudden. What's up? Remember when I said we might be able to lure the blue reverberation back using a theoretical book of the red mist?
So, you're ready to do that? Hold on. You aren't actually gonna turn Gabara into a book, are you?
I wouldn't do such a ruthless thing. There's a few things the Red Mist left behind, and I could use them to invite the Red Mist in her former glory as our guest. I think I could recreate her somehow. Though she can only exist within the bounds of the library, of course.
So we're basically simulating her?
I suppose you could put it that way.
But we need books to invite guests here. What kind of books are we gonna have to prepare for attracting the Red Mist?
Books about Lobotomy Corporation.
That's the deal, huh? I get the gist of it.
And I plan to limit certain patron librarians from receiving the Red Mist.
'Cause she's too tough for them?
That's not the reason, no. Could the Red Mist's stomach wielding her blade against those she worked with? It clearly have adverse effects on both sides.
It's better to have her fight complete strangers, huh? The Red Mist of the past. Who knew that we'd be facing her in person?
It's intriguing indeed. How does it feel?
Thrilling, but also makes me worried.
Yeah, no kidding. Callie, the hell is this place? This is my first time seeing you in this form, Gabara. Gabara? What gibberish are you saying? And who are you? That's a fair reaction, I suppose. Should I call you Callie, then? I said, who are you? I'm Angela, the director and librarian of my role's namesake. I invited you here. What? Library? Invited? Am I in yet another weird factory or some shady experimenting grounds? No, wait, that still doesn't make sense. I could have sworn I was inside the laboratory on the fringe of the outskirts. I need to know who exactly you are. Who you are exactly at the moment, so let me ask you a few questions. Do you happen to have acquaintances with a person named Carmen? I knew it. Some wing must be pulling this bullcrap trying to trample on us, huh? There's no need to be so wary. Answer a few questions of mine, then I can give you the answer you lot are looking for. Go ahead. Cogito, a book containing the information on how to obtain the substance you're desperately looking for is waiting beyond this door. I simply want to make an offer. What do you want? I'm warning you. If you try to pull any nonsense on me, this place is going to be reduced to rubble. It's simple. First, I want to know the current situation of your group. If I answer your questions, you'll tell me how to get Cogito for sure, right? Of course. Mountains of books containing various kinds of knowledge are stored here. I simply record and collect such books. Alright, I'll trust you on this once. Good. Is Daniel among your peers? If you're talking about the blue-haired nerd, then yeah. How about Lisa? She's with us. Enoch's corpse is in storage after an experiment on him went wrong, if I'm correct. Then I suppose Elijah is naturally still working there? Yes. It must be when the Red Mist was writing her own... It must be when the Red Mist was writing her own legend. The time when she struggled to protect the grief-stricken Carmen and her colleagues from the outside threats. Oh, how pitiful. Is there a word to describe how unfortunate your situation was? Every researcher in Carmen's team must have been working on eggshells, cautious not to hurt her further with words. They consoled her in her presence, but probably resented her behind her back. She started the whole project with her convincing speeches, but the research showed no progress, and all they'd been seeing were losses and sacrifices. I see everyone there apart from Binner and Hockma. Don't you find her hypocrisy of dim-alluring, perpetuating sins while preaching goodness despicable? Look, My patience has its limits. If you don't tell me how to acquire Cogito properly, then I won't simply pass over what you just said. You have no right to make a mockery of our efforts, or her serenity. No right, you say? Never mind, I suppose that was too hostile of me. I won't even gain anything from saying such bitter things to you. At least you have the heart to apologize. I know when to admit my faults, that's all. Callie, let me ask you one question. What is it? I've seen many sides of fixers while taking care of this place. Most of them were motivated by wealth and fame. But you're different. Even without the promise of payment, you were willing to protect Carmen and everyone else in her laboratory. I ain't exactly a charity worker, you know. How could you do it then? How could you bring yourself to help them unconditionally when you had nothing to gain from it? Is that supposed to be some kind of taunt, or are you actually curious? I thought your behavior was pathetic at first. You had the power to earn anything for which everyone strove. So I wondered why you would bother taking the path no one else would. I was looking at the matter in a simple way. You would take nothing in the end. But then I began to think that maybe my lack of knowledge is hindering my assessment of you. I thought my impression of you might change if I heard answers from you directly. You think I'm getting the short end of the stick, huh? I do. At least the other researchers could earn money and honor. What will you have gained? Can you keep doing what you're doing even if your efforts are unrewarded or a bitter end awaits? Even if... Disregard that. Anyhow, is your job truly worth it? The tangible rewards you talked about, like money? Nah, I don't expect any of that. There's only one thing I'm looking forward to at the end of all this. Carmen's purpose coming to fruition. I'm pretty sure everyone in the team's thinking the same thing. I won't resent them if I suffered something awful or even died in that process. At worst, I'd blame myself for being incapable. The reason I can do this and become more steward for every day that passes is... I guess you wouldn't understand it even if I told you, because you never saw it. The strength in her eyes and voice. I suppose that's enough. Thank you for your answers. I'll explain the rules as a matter of form. The book containing the method of extracting Cogito lies beyond that door. To earn that book, you'll have to fight with your life on the line. If you die, you'll become a book yourself, and if you survive, you can return to your friends with the book in hand. Well, do you agree to the terms? You aren't giving it away for free, huh? I'm all for this kind of measure, actually. Doesn't leave any further trouble. I agree, so open up that door. You're trusting me more easily than I thought. I don't have the time to tell crap from shoe polish. I want to be of help to them as soon as I can. If it turns out to be a lie, though, you're going down with this place. Good. I like your composure. I was expecting you to be a bit more rampageous. Then, Callie, may you find your book in this place.
You may control patron librarian Binner for this battle.
Okay, what kind of fight is that?
Binner has a unique key page and combat pages that cannot be replaced or swapped. Incomplete Arbeiter. At the start of the scene, draw until 4 pages are in hand. Degraded Fairy. On use. Inflict Fairy. Take X damage every time the character rolls a die. At the end of the scene, take damage and halve the hairy stat. Oh, so it's basically the thing that Spores was originally. It's bleed and whatnot combined. Okay. Which ones am I allowed to use? I'm allowed to use Gabara herself, at least. Alright. So it says we're allowed 5 librarians, but we're clearly not. On hit, seal a speed dice of the target for next scene. Degraded Lock. On hit, increase the cost of target's pages whose original cost is 4 or higher by 2 for next scene. So basically those two. Got it. Degraded Pillar. Inflict 3 pillar to the target on hit.
Target's current die cannot be recycled. I'm guessing you've got recycling dice in there, then. Degraded Shockwave. Mass attack. That's a mass attack, according to those. Also, you're completely ranged. Interesting. On use, give 3 protection to allies this scene. Combat start. Okay. Alright, Binner. What's this one, then? Upstanding Slash. If 10 or more damage was dealt with this page, draw 1 card and reduce the cost of all other upstanding slashes by 1. There's only 1, though. If 8 or more damage was dealt with this page, draw 1 card page and reduce the cost of all other spears by 1. If 8 or more damage was dealt with this page, restore 2 light and reduce the cost of all other level slashes by 1. Inflict bleed. Focus Spirit. On hit, gain 3 strength next turn. Great Split. Vertical. Destroy a combat page set on another random speed die of the target. 20 to whatever slashing. I don't think anything can stop that. Great Split Horizontal. Mass attack. Summation. Alright. What are these then? The strongest. Choose the speed die with the lowest value. The speed value of the die changes to the maximum possible value. So you're always going to have a 7. Right. Okay. Gain a counter die. Slash 4 to 8 at combat start. Okay, that's annoying. Restore 1 additional light and draw 1 more page each scene. When HP drops to 350, fully recover stagger resist and manifest ego. HP cannot drop below 350 before this occurs, once per reception. After losing ego manifested status, regain it in 3 scenes. If the character enters a new act after having manifested ego this reception, manifest it on the 2nd scene. I'm allowed 3 floors for this. Okay. Alright, well, I'm just gonna start this by Endured versus Bludgeoning. That's awkward. You've actually got a lot of bludgeoning. Binner doesn't do any bludgeoning. Actually, no, she does a fair bit of bludgeoning. Sorry. You guys are nothing but bludgeoning, so you're useless. You guys do a lot of burn. You guys do a lot of bleed, but bleed only really matters when they do a lot of attacks. I don't know how many speed die you have. It doesn't say. I'm assuming 3, at least. I feel like starting by trying to just burn you to a crisp. Because this team doesn't actually have particularly much in the way of bludgeoning damage, so it could work quite well. I can't do Tibereth team because I'm not prepared with Tibereth team. You guys, I think I need to wait until you've reached that 350 mark. You guys actually do nothing but slashing, practically, but you also, I still need to remake your cards because you still have a tiny bit of a card draw issue. I still laugh how you're allowed to fight yourself. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Malkuth floor and see how it goes. I mean, I could just pause this for this week and do the Roland floor and do Ice Queen so that I can get 5 on Roland, but no. Let's do Malkuth floor to start with. Why do you talk like you know me? Let's make them smile. Infinity. Speed die. Infinity. Sure. Good thing you start with a sturdy defense. Man, you start with 6 light, do you? Well, I'm not sure what happens. Do you actually gain ego? Or emotion level, I wonder, is the big question. Alright, guys, so let's go see how this does. Nice. Nice. Unfortunate. Burn. Oh, right, the counter dice. I forgot about that crap. Fucking seriously? Okay. We lost a lot then. Who needs the extra burn on being hit? I'm gonna give it to you. Ah, you gain a speed die this counter. Well, and you've also got +3 strength. Well, is there actually any point in us, in any shape or form, actively trying to stop you from trying to kill us? Is there? Is there? You're the one resistant to whatchamacallit, bat slashing. So, or bludgeoning, I should say. Plus, you actually have a fair chance of succeeding with that. Really. If I just let that happen, he'll take an awful lot of damage, but he will inflict all the bleed on her. Is the thing. I could also do Tensenko, because that second attack has a chance of, you know, winning. Or, you know, I could just have you block it, which would also be a decent maneuver. Alright, guys. Go. Haha! Screw you! Ouch! Seriously? Why do I even bother trying to counter her? I am shocked you actually managed to succeed in blocking one of those attacks. Can I say that? You gain a dice every turn, I see. Charge. If target is defeated or staggered, use this again on a random page. We can't stop that attack. And you got an awful lot of speed this round. So I can't even stop you doing anything you might want to do. So, this emotional turbulence is actually the best I can do against you. You need to do something to, you know, stop that counter die she has. So, that emotional turbulence will have to do. Then you can Sunset Blade. I really hope the Flaming Dragon Fist does something to avoid the stagger. Ha! Okay, Jesus Christ. Chill out, Gabara. And, you know, burn. With the fury of 1,000 hells. Right. Doing charge again. Really now. Well, he can't have stopped that. The tank is dead. Repeat, the tank is dead. Oh, you're double attacking the tank. Well, the best thing I can do right now, then, is have you do that, because you can definitely take that hit. Meanwhile, you need to do stuff to get your light back. And then you can do this in order to try and destroy that counter dice she's got. Goodbye, Jacob! You did okay. Honestly, Hornet is probably the best counter dice in this scenario.
What is that? What the fuck is that?
Well, fuck me. That was the worst mistake I could do! Out of everything that could have happened. Out of everything that could have happened then. Well, it's a good thing you're a tough little bastard, isn't it, Leaf? Or at the very least that, you know, you've got enough energy to be able to counter 2 of these attacks. I think we're at the point where I just need to lay into the woman and hope something happens. Actually, can't I mass attack? Oh yeah, I can mass attack. And what's a really good mass attack? Hornet. Why? Because this will instantly remove her counter dice off us. So, kabloom. I don't know, maybe you can stagger her before she kills you. You know? Oh look, she's now at maximum at the 300 odd mark. Alright, music! I'm counting on you. Give me the strength to tear my foes apart. Great Split Horizon. Well, how many attacks have you got on you? 1. Well, you can't block it, so... this is likely gonna kill us! Nah, this is a fuck off, we're dead now. Nah, we've just... The only one who might be able to do something is Leaf. No, and not even Leaf can do anything. No, we're dead. No, we've just lost. We don't have enough light. We do not have enough light to be able to do anything. I mean, you have enough health to be able to survive it, but then they're doing an attack on you as well. In fact, 2 attacks on you. Just go. Oh, 44. Yeah, sure, that's casual. Thanks, Gabara! Don't use vines against the red mist! Binner, we now need the Arbiter. We now need the Arbiter, if you don't mind. Something's off about the atmosphere. What's with her? Really, you got 2 infinities then, and they're both on the same person. Oh, all of the attacks are on the same person, are they? It's a very good thing you're resistant to slashing, is all I can say. So how about you deep smoke the spear? Because, yeah. I should say, should I even have you attack that one? But honestly, yes. Alright, guys, so, I love how she took the burn at the end of the last turn, at the very least, on the round that she killed them. So... well, I was right with the he doesn't really care too much scenario. It's actually nice to see Gabara in her prime. Can we all admire that? Right. Oh yeah, these crappy attacks. I forgot about that. You know what? Sure, I'll take the Punishing Beak. On the turn I take the Punishing Beak, this happens. Of course it does. So, can I even get a summation of that? You can! Potentially. Unlikely, but potentially. Oh, I'm tempted to just castigation it. No, I don't think we get the effects, do we? Besides, I can't actually do it yet because I haven't done the blade unlock. Let's just unlock another one of your speed die next turn. I think that might be one of the best things I can do. And then otherwise we just take the attack. And everyone is fine. You are out of light. You are actually out of light. That's kind of funny to me. Right, what can you possibly do against that? You can Will of the Prescript and Hope. Then besides that, you can... let's just get you to do the Degraded Fairy thing. The Degraded Pillar, and we'll see what happens. What's that? Manifested Ego 0. Okay, let's just click on you for a moment. Can use Greater Split Horizontal. All dice gain +2 power. Take stagger damage if the if the character fails to deal 40 plus damage every scene. This effect is disabled upon becoming staggered. Oh! Well, you're taking stagger damage this scene, because you don't even have enough... whatchamacallit. Alright, what are your options? You're killing him, okay. And then you are doing a big annoying attack, which gains +2 power, which is going to fucking hurt. Right, let's do this. You blocked the attack, perhaps, but... okay, you've succeeded your 40 damage this turn, but... oh, fuck. Will it be enough to save your hide? Maybe. Maybe. I might want an eternally lit lamp. Alright, how many attacks are on him? None. How many on him? 1. That means everything else... what are these two? Oh, they're both on him. Well... Binner could intercept those. You need a castigation that attack. Because that's your only hope of actually avoiding it. The damage. Okay. Kabloom. Good job. That is unfortunate. Oh, she killed herself! Oh! Ha-ha! I am the Powerfox Archangel! I did it! I got 3 books of the Red Mist! Ha-ha! Burning her to a crisp! Certainly helped! That big red sword and those clothes the Red Mist were wielding were ego, right? As far as I know, the Crimson Sword was a prototype ego that was luckily extracted. It could only be created through someone's gruesome death. Only Callie could wield it properly. And her coat? That's the Red Mist's own ego, manifested from Callie herself. Huh. If that's how powerful manifested ego is, that might flip over the world food chain in the city. You probably should have realized by now, but not all ego have equal amounts of strength. Rather, it is more accurate to say that few people can draw as much power from ego as Callie could. In terms of purity alone, the sword she used to wield was notably low quality, considering it was a prototype. Damn, that was supposed to be low quality? So, do you get the picture now about the whole relationship between the distortion, ego, and abnormalities? Is that meant to be what she's saying there? Yes, I'm finally starting to see it clearly. Originally, the light that radiated during the event known as the White Nights and the Dark Days should have shone over the city for 7 days straight, not 3. Had that happened, every person in the city would have been able to manifest their own ego, giving them the strength to avoid meaningless deaths, regardless of wealth and social status. They would have earned the power to challenge the world. It may have been possible for some to lose the ego they manifested, but no one would have been taken over by their own ego and become abnormalities. Then the distortion is... The plan was throttled because of me, which is why the light could only radiate for 3 days. An unstable power was spread as a result, incubating other possibilities. Abnormalities manifested through the distortion are selves that have lost control. They were consumed by their own ego, so to speak. After all, there's a fine line between ego and abnormality. What's the prerequisite for the phenomenon, ego and distortion? Only those who strive to accomplish what they sincerely desire, unbound by any obstacles, will be able to manifest and wield the power. However, if the endeavor ends in frustration, or is faced with such despair that one's ego is shaken and their emotions twisted to an unbearable degree, the distortion seems to arise from the overwhelmed self. The stronger and purer the desire is, the greater the distortion becomes. That's my speculation so far.
Something doesn't line up. There's got to be tons of folks in the city who gave up their dreams and fall into despair. If what you're saying is correct, the city should be crowded with abnormalities and ego bearers by now.
Didn't I make it clear? It only manifests for those who pursue their own sincere desires.
That makes more sense. There's next to no one in the city who dreams for themselves. Most live with a conformist mindset of just avoiding misfortune in their lives rather than chasing after their own happiness. Be it wings, syndicates, or fixers, people are all headed to the destination they probably didn't set themselves.
The power will only be granted to selfish beings who live strictly for their own good. Egoists, as some may say. Well, I like this outcome better than having unworthy scum gain the power they don't deserve.
So you sabotaged the plan, knowing that would happen?
No way. I simply didn't want to die. I wanted to live. I wanted to take my revenge. That's all there was to it. I was meant to be shut down at the end of the plan. It galled me so much, so I stole the light and embraced it. Because the light I'd taken for myself wasn't quite whole, I got myself trapped in this library I created, along with the abnormalities, funny enough. The orders ingrained into my robotic body have disallowed me from leaving here.
If that's the case, you've been collecting books using the invitation for...
It is to retrieve the light that was scattered across the city. You likely must have noticed how something's different about the guests that have come here.
True, they have dreams of some sort, unlike the city folk I've known. They were kinda easily carried away by the affection or friendship, too.
It's because they were influenced by the light, strongly at that.
You mean they were closer to the Pillar of Light?
Not quite. The same seed of light was planted in the heart of every person, but some have greater potential to grow it to be more powerful than others. The invitation has been calling them over here at the moment we need them most. As we scrape together the incomplete fragments of the light, I look forward to obtaining a book at the end of the road guided by the invitation. The one book holding the power of the complete undivided light. It'll be the book that will give freedom to me and all the librarians that reside here. It'll let me live as a human. I won't have to bear with others dictating me to behave as a machine anymore. I will be able to forget things I want to erase from my memory.
I guess you're not feeling any kind of responsibility or guilt for what you've done and are doing to try and reach that goal.
Of course not. I have to seize everything with my own hands. I can't expect anyone else to do it for me. I'm going to cherish what is mine, and only mine, as I live my life. Is not the very definition of the distortion which you described what you are doing? So at the very end of the game, when you gain that big light thing, you're not going to live as a human. You are going to become an abnormality, which we are likely going to have to kill. Are we going to have to kill you at the end of this game, Angela, as you become an abnormality from your own selfish desires? Is that what's going to happen? It's precisely as you said before, Roland. Everyone has their share of personal affairs and woes. The bereaved have no one but themselves to blame.
Solely for yourself, huh?
Even he is beginning to realize it. Even Roland is starting to realize it. I can actually give you abilities. Oh god. Well, we've now got an Arbiter on our side. Interesting. And we are actually able to upgrade the abilities of that Arbiter. Please tell me I can get the Red Mist's book pretty easily. I think I only need to burn 2. There's 16 in total, and we get 2 pages per thing. So, logically, if I burn 2 pages... You're fucking serious right now. We get fucking 4 pages from the Red Mist book. Ugh. Well, it didn't take long. I'm gonna pause the video so we can all see the Red Mist book. Okay, so it took me about an hour to kill her again. God damn it, Callie. But we are able to burn another book and get ourselves the Red Mists page. Kaboom. Now then, let's take a look at the Red Mists page. Cannot equip. Legendary. Only Gabara can equip this. Okay! Equip the Red Mists key page. Alright. Legendary. Only Gabara can equip this. Unique ego becomes accessible at emotion level 4 or above. The combat page Manifest Ego is added to hand once per act. Gain a counter dice at the combat start. The strongest, choose the speed value with the lowest value. Speed values of the dice become the maximum, and speed whatever. And we can also give you 3 passives. You know, I have to wonder, are the new cards, like Charge and whatnot, can only be used on the Red Mists page? All of these can only be used with the Red Mist. So the Red Mists book basically has a set of pages which are completely unique to her. Alright. Well, we unlocked the Red Mist at least, so yeah. Well, everyone, that's a good place to leave today's episode, so what can I say other than thank you all for joining me today. I have been your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I hope to see you all again next time. But I'm afraid that until then, it is time for me to bid thee all farewell, good day, and finally, good night.